How to be a godly wife. Being a godly wife involves embracing biblical principles and characteristics that foster a strong, loving and Christ-centered marriage. Here are some key aspects of being a godly wife, supported by Bible verses and examples. 1. Submission. Respect and support your husband's leadership, acknowledging his role as head of the household. Ephesians 5 verse 22 to 24. Colossians 3 verse 18. Example. Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. 1 Peter 3 verse 6. To love. Demonstrate unconditional love, care and compassion towards your husband. Ephesians 5 verse 25 to 33. Titus 2 verse 4. Example. The Proverbs 31 woman shows love and kindness to her husband and family. 3. Respect and peacemaker. Treat your husband with respect, honoring his position and authority. Be a woman of peace. Ephesians 5 verse 33. Example. Abigail showed respect to David, even when her husband, Nabal, disrespected him. 1 Samuel 25 verse 23 to 31. For support. Be your husband's partner, helper and encourager. Genesis 2 verse 18. Proverbs 31 verse 12. Example. Deborah supported her husband Lapidolf and the Israelites in battle. Judges 4 and 5. 5. Purity. Maintain moral purity, avoiding temptation and sin. 1 Peter 3 verse 1. Proverbs 31 verse 12. Example. Joseph's wife, Asenath, remained pure and faithful despite being a foreigner in Egypt. Genesis 41 verse 45. Genesis 46 verse 20. 6. Wisdom. Cultivate wisdom, discernment, and good judgment. 1 Peter 3 verse 7. Example. The Proverbs 31 woman demonstrates wisdom in managing her household and family. 7. Prayer. Engage in regular prayer, seeking guidance and strength for your marriage. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 17 and 5 verse 16. Example. Hannah prayed fervently for a child, and God answered her prayer. 1 Samuel 1 verse 10 to 28. 8. Forgiveness. Practice forgiveness, letting go of grudges and resentments. Extend forgiveness to others, just as God forgives you. Colossians 3 verse 13. Example. Jesus taught forgiveness, and the Apostle Paul exemplified it in his relationships. Matthew 6 verse 15 to Corinthians 2 verse 11. 9. Humility. Embrace humility, recognizing your dependence on God and your husband. 1 Peter 3 verse 8. Proverbs 31 verse 12. Example. Mary, the mother of Jesus, exemplified humility in her response to the angel Gabriel. Luke 1 verse 38-46 to 55. 10. Faith. Demonstrate faith in God, trusting Him for your marriage and family. Hebrews 11 verse 1 to 31. Peter 3 verse 5. Example. Sarah believed God's promise of a child, despite her advanced age. Hebrews 11 verse 11. Genesis 21 verse 1 to 7. 11. Gratitude. Cultivate a spirit of gratitude, appreciating God and your husband for the blessings in your life. Ephesians 5 verse 21. Thessalonians 5 verse 18. Example. The Proverbs 31 woman is praised for her grateful heart. 12. Gentleness. Embody gentleness, kindness and compassion in your interactions with your husband. 1 Peter 3 verse 4. Example. Ruth demonstrated gentleness and kindness towards her mother-in-law Naomi. Ruth 2 verse 3. Ruth 3 verse 11. 13. Hospitality. Show hospitality to your husband, his friends and family, creating a welcoming environment. 1 Peter 4 verse 9. Proverbs 31 verse 20. Example. Martha welcomed Jesus and his disciples into her home. Luke 10 verse 38 to 42. 14. Contentment. Practice contentment, finding joy and satisfaction in your marriage and circumstances. 1 Timothy 6 verse 8. Hebrews 13 verse 5. Example. The Apostle Paul modeled contentment in various situations. Philippians 4 verse 11 to 13. 15. Self-control. Exercise self-control, managing your emotions, words and actions. Proverbs 25 verse 28. 1 Corinthians 9 verse 27. Example. Abigail demonstrated self-control in her response to David's men. 1 Samuel 25 verse 23 to 31. 16 Encouragement. Offer encouragement and support to your husband, helping him grow spiritually and personally. Hebrews 10 verse 25. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 11. Example: Priscilla and Aquila encouraged Apollos in his ministry. Acts 18 verse 26. 17 Cultivating intimacy. Nurture emotional and physical intimacy with your husband, prioritizing your relationship. 1 Corinthians 7 verse 5. Song of Solomon 8 verse 7. Example: the Song of Solomon celebrates the beauty of marital intimacy. Song of Solomon 1 verse 4. 18 Adaptability. Demonstrate flexibility and adaptability in response to changing circumstances and your husband's needs. Philippians 4 verse 13. 1 Peter 3 verse 17. Example: the Apostle Paul adapted to various situations in his ministry. Acts 16 verse 5. Acts 20 verse 6. 19 Discretion. Exercise discretion in your words, actions and appearance, reflecting wisdom and modesty. Proverbs 11 verse 22. 1 Timothy 2 verse 10. Example: the Proverbs 31 woman is praised for her discretion. 20 Initiative. Take initiative to serve, support and encourage your husband, demonstrating a proactive approach. Romans 12 verse 11. Hebrews 10 verse 25. Example: Martha took initiative in serving Jesus and his disciples. Luke 10 verse 38 to 42. 21 Intercession. Engage in prayerful intercession for your husband, family and community, seeking God's guidance and blessing. 1 Timothy 2 verse 2. James 5 verse 16. Example: Hannah interceded for her son Samuel, dedicating him to God's service. 1 Samuel 1 verse 10 to 28. 22 Accountability. Embrace accountability in your actions, words and decisions, recognizing your responsibility to God and your husband. 1 Corinthians 9 verse 27. Example: the Apostle Paul held himself accountable for his ministry and actions. 1 Corinthians 9 verse 24 to 27. 23 Generosity. Practice generosity in your words, actions and resources, reflecting a spirit of kindness and compassion. 1 Timothy 6 verse 19. Example: the Proverbs 31 woman shows generosity to the poor and needy. 24 Humility in leadership. If you hold a leadership position, exercise humility and servanthood, prioritizing others' needs and growth. 1 Peter 5 verse 4. Romans 12 verse 11. Example: Jesus modeled humble leadership, serving his disciples and washing their feet. John 13 verse 1 to 17. By embracing these characteristics and biblical principles, you can grow as a godly wife, strengthening your marriage and honoring God. Stay blessed.